And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Wish you were here, Jeremy C. We're coming at you from the Billy C studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for BillyCBoxing.com's professional boxing's thumbs up and thumbs down for today, September 28th in the year 2012. Before I get started, got to plug my book. You know, I wrote a book, and it's going to be coming out. It'll be a bookstore near you and on Amazon and all that stuff by the end of November. But we had a special going on for about a month, and it ends this weekend. So if you're looking to get a copy of Tom Molyneux, From Bondage to the Baddest Man on the Planet, now you've heard me talk about this guy. This guy is a guy that should be regarded as our first American heavyweight champion. He was robbed. He should have been the first world champion. He was blatantly robbed. It's been recorded, and I wrote a book about it. And I think it's a great story, and I think it's a forgotten story that everyone has to know. This was a guy that was a slave. He was born on a plantation and fought his way to freedom in the early 1800s, which was unheard of. And keep in mind, he didn't know anybody either. So this was Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson, and how does it end? It ends similar to the way a lot of great boxing stories end. So check it out. If you're looking to get a special on the book, we do have an offer. It expires on Sunday. You can find out about it by visiting the website, www.BillyCBoxing.com, and click the book club. I highly recommend it. Plus, you'll get it to you signed, man. So check it out. All right, today's thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up goes to the powers that be for arresting three men, two 20-year-olds and one 19-year-old, for the murder of Corrie Sanders while he was at a restaurant when Corrie was celebrating his nephew's birthday party with his family. These three went in to rob the place and ended up killing the former world heavyweight champion. All three have been charged with murder and armed robbery. Thumbs up to, however, they got the names and everything else. It was a travesty that would happen. It's bad enough people got to die to begin with, but when you go into a restaurant and you sit down and try and celebrate a situation like a birthday party or what have you, minding your own business, trying to have a memory with a family, it turns into be something that this happened. And to make things even worse and more sad, you know, I found out for the first time that this morning, actually, that the reason why he got shot in the stomach and in the hand was he threw himself in front of his teenage daughter to save her life. So thumbs up to the fact that he was a man's man, Corrie Sanders, and thumbs up for the three Utes, in my opinion, that have gotten popped for that. I just hope that the legal system in South Africa is a lot harder than it is here in the States, because they would drag that one out forever. So two 20-year-olds and a 19-year-old, both arrested for that murder and robbery, by the way. Thumbs up goes to Samson Lukowicz for ending all the BS talk that Sergio Martinez should fight Andre Ward next. Listen, Ward is a super middleweight. The weight limit is 168 pounds. Sergio Martinez is a middleweight. The weight limit is 160 pounds. Now, right off the bat, you don't need to take off your socks and shoes to figure out that that's an 8-pound swing. But here's the thing. You know, Martinez, when he fights at middleweight, the guy has never weighed in at more than 159 pounds. He usually weighs in between 157 and 159. All right? Even if he put on a couple of pounds, you know, this is an extremely lopsided in size-wise fight. You know, he rarely makes 160. It's terrible. I think Samson Lukowicz showed a lot of poise and a lot of character by standing up and saying, I will not let Sergio fight this guy. End of story. So stop the talk. And quite honestly, do you think Andre Ward would want to put Sergio Martinez on his belt of victories? I mean, he would be criticized for that. He couldn't possibly get criticized for fighting a bigger guy, but he definitely would get criticized for fighting a smaller guy. So thumbs up to Samson Lukowicz. Thumbs up to the WBO. Why? For giving us a good mandatory challenge when they picked Juan Carlos Burgos and ordered him to fight Rocky Martinez, who's their WBO junior lightweight champ. This is a great matchup. And it's a lot different than what the scum at WBA is trying to force down our throats this weekend with their mandatory heavyweight fight between Hasim Rahman and Alexander Povetkin. It's hard to even say it with a straight face, to be honest with you. It's such a joke, and that's why I'm giving the WBO a thumbs up for doing something that all sanctioning bodies should do, actually order fights that mean something. And this one, at least on paper, sounds good. And knowing both of those fighters, I think we're going to be treated to a good one. So thumbs up to the WBO for that. And finally, I'm giving another thumbs up. I gave a thumbs up to Samson Lukowicz for Sergio Martinez. Now I'm going to give a thumbs up to the whole team, Samson Lukowicz, Sergio, the doctors, the trainers, everybody. Why? Because they're really looking into the situation with his knee injury, and they're getting all the facts, and they want to make an educated decision. You know, it's so too often, especially with athletes today, where they want to get back in on the field, so to speak, and they do whatever they got to do, and the first thing a lot of people do is surgery, and these guys are weighing out the options, and it looks like there may not be a need for surgery, or at least a need for it now. And because of that, I'm giving them a thumbs up for looking at this intelligently and making this something that they should look at intelligently and do it the right way. So thumbs up to Team Martinez for taking the right approach on his knee injury. All right, thumbs down. Got two of them. Number one goes to the WBA. I just can't get over this fact. I don't know how they somehow made Hasim Rahman the mandatory for Alexander Povetkin. And, by the way, Povetkin has a bogus world title belt to begin with. This is a complete joke, and the only thing that can make this better is for Rahman to knock out Povetkin just to serve the WBA right and stick them with an has-been as a champion. What value could their belt possibly have with Hasim Rahman as their world champion? Then again, what value does their belt have right now with Alexander Povetkin as their heavyweight world champion? I think it's a total joke. I think that it promotes the fact to have fighters similar to a fight that we just gave in our challenge with Jason Escalera fighting Edwin Labamba Rodriguez. Fighters are given the opportunity to just stay busy and win against less than marginal opposition and then automatically be slated for a world title shot. This was a clear example of the WBA just trying to protect a guy that they feel comfortable with. Why? Because Povetkin has money behind him. He's got a promoter, and they can continue to pay sanctioning fees. Believe me, they're looking at this as being just as much of a joke as we all are. But the problem is that I hope, even though I picked against him, I hope Hasim Rahman knocks out Povetkin just to serve the WBA right. And nonetheless, the WBA has to get a thumbs down for this one, man. These sanctioning bodies are just bad. And finally, my last thumbs down goes to the idea of putting a fight card together in Afghanistan. Now, trust me, I want to see boxing all over the world, and I certainly don't want to, label Afghanistan as a bad place. But let's be real. The places, the country, it's got to be tough to be an Afghanistanian or whatever you call them, because your home country of Afghanistan has been under turmoil for years and years and years. I mean, literally years, 50 years. It's been being bombed. Do we really want to bring a professional sporting event like boxing, where you kind of beat the hell out of each other and everybody feels kind of tough and like badasses by the time they leave? Do we want to bring that to Afghanistan, where they're all donning guns and, they're ready to, what'd you say? Come on. I don't know if Afghanistan is ready for professional boxing. I think the idea is good, but let's be safe, man. We certainly wouldn't want to have a tragedy happen and then have another black eye for boxing. Hey, man, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down for today. Enjoy all the fights this weekend, and make sure you tune in Monday. Ciao, baby.